Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and we're going to be doing an update on our bull market support band. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So if we do an update on the bull market support band, which as always consists of the 20-week SMA and the 21-week EMA, we will see that now the 20-week SMA has come down a little over another $1,000 or so, and it's now at $46,917 with the 21-week EMA much lower at around $40,610. Okay, so we can see that the 20-week has finally started to really roll over like we were discussing, because again, if you go back 20 weeks, we're really starting to replace these bars, way up here with bars that are way down here. So we would expect then the 20-week SMA to roll back over. So this is going to be the line in the sand for us in order for us to get above it and hold it as support to resume bullishness in the market. We would want to see us get back above that level. Now, if you take a step back and just sort of think about what's happened over the last 2 months, you might think like there's been a lot of ups and there's been a lot of downs. And you look at what's actually happened, and we've just been playing in the sandbox, right? I mean, between 30K and 40K, we've spent most of our time just chilling between $30,000 and $40,000, and not a whole lot has happened, right? I mean, not that much has happened. So slowly but surely, while the price of Bitcoin has remained relatively constant over the last few weeks, we are actually getting closer to the 20-week SMA as it continues to come down, because remember, the 20-week is going to continue moving down even if the price over here remains constant, because we're replacing bars up here with bars down here. Now, the more realistic target that we would be looking at would be the 21-week EMA, which again is just over $40,000. In fact, from the current price, the price of Bitcoin would need to go up by about 17 or 18% for us to get to the 21-week EMA. Contrary to that, though, to get to the 20-week SMA, we're talking about a 35% move to the upside. So significantly more, a significantly larger distance that we would have to traverse in order for us to get back above the 20-week SMA. Remember, for us to maintain bullishness or to get bullishness back, we don't just want to go above the 20-week. It can often seem like that is a crazy breakout mania mode. You want to go above it like we did over here, and then you want to come back down and test it as support for several weeks, confirm bullishness, and then you blast off. Okay, this is what we did many times. Last cycle, it was a lot different, but still the same general type of structure, right? We went up, and then we tested it as support. And once we held it as support, we went up again. And then we tested it as support, we went up again. And we just kept rinsing and repeating the same thing over and over and over. We did that this time too, but the difference is that we didn't test the 20-week SMA every 2 to 3 months like we did with the last market cycle. We ended up falling below it, and we also did fall below it again. As you'll remember, back in 2013, we fell below it as well. So as we continue to navigate the next several months, I think the thing to keep an eye on, as always, is our bull market support band. And to realize that even if we're down here between 30 and 40K, nothing's really changed so far. What's interesting is that the 21-week EMA will be going below $40,000 in the not so distant future, because I mean it's already at only 40.6K. Okay, so it's only right now it's barely over $40,000 as it is. So that's actually coming down relatively quickly. There was another indicator, that I looked at one point, and it was the 20-week SMA, I believe, and it may have been the 20-week SMA with the 21-week EMA. I'm not sure if I actually have it on here. Here it is. Let's see if I can find it. Bitcoin's 20-week SMA divided by the 21-week EMA. I think this might be an interesting chart to look at. Okay, and we've talked about this one a few times before, but essentially, if you look at these peaks, when they cross like this, a lot of times it occurs right here. Okay, so it occurred after this market cycle peak over here. Here's another one that occurred. You can see these key peaks that sort of stand out, right? Here was another one, and this one occurred after the 2019 move. Okay, so we had this one, And then subsequently we had this, the distance here, or the ratio between the 20-week SMA and the 21-week EMA. And then you had this sort of short-term peak, local top, followed by a peak. And this is the separation between the 20-week SMA and the 21-week EMA. If you go back even further, again in like 2013, you had two of them. We had the double peaks, and both of them occurred right after a few weeks after that local top. Right here was one, and then here was the other one. Okay, so we've seen that. We talked about that a few weeks ago. We've had it happen again, that we're getting one of these sort of local tops, at least in the ratio of the 20-week divided by the 21-week EMA. Basically, what this means is that the price is moving significantly enough that the 21-week EMA is reacting a lot quicker because it weights more recent prices a lot heavier than prices that were longer ago. Therefore, the ratio between the two moving averages can really go up pretty high at that point. You also get the reverse occasionally where it comes down. If we go to say 1, this is when they equal each other. Okay, so at 1, they're equivalent. And then if you look at these local bottoms here, here's 1. This one occurred in January. So we were sort of like, we weren't even at the top, but it was sort of like, maybe halfway through or something before we ended up turning over here. Here was another one. This was in 2019, so maybe about halfway through. And then we had more before that one. This one actually was close to the top. But a lot of these moves come closer to the top, at least the local top, not always a market cycle top, right? This wasn't a market cycle top, it was a local top. And then we continued on before having this long bear market and accumulation phase. And you can see we had sort of these double peaks here. I mean, it's inverted, but it's still basically a peak. And so right now, we just had this move, okay? But remember, these are lagging indicators. We're talking about the moving averages. So it might be interesting in the future to watch out for a local bottom like this to maybe signify that we're getting close to a momentum shift within a couple months or so, or we're already at it. Okay, so we've seen that before, right? This one was already at it. This cross corresponded right to it. This one was right on top of it. This one over here was actually pretty close. I mean, it happened, this was in May, and then maybe we went up until June and July. And then this one over here occurred in January, and then we went up for a few more months. But note, it didn't go up that much, right? I mean, we went to like 42K, but ultimately we only ended up going up to about 64K or so. But regardless, it might be interesting in the future to look at something like this to identify, hey, we are getting close to what could be a momentum shift in the market, whether it means the 20-week SMA being a lot higher than the 21-week EMA or vice versa. So both, I think, could provide some level of useful analysis. So again, as we navigate the market cycle, it will be, I think it'll remain important for us to continue to watch our bull market support band. Okay, and again, it's starting to curve over. My guess is that if we do get some type of a rally, that these levels, especially the 20-week SMA, could act as some level of resistance that we actually need to get past before the altcoin market can have any hopes of seeing new all-time highs in terms of the altcoin market as a whole. Of course, some cryptos can do well, but that's my guess. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the update on the bull market support band. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Remember, we have the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com if you want access to how I'm navigating these markets. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe, click the bell icon to turn on notifications, and I will see you next time. Bye.